was feeling like, man, am I just a screw up? I can't even get a job. I did so well in school. How am I not able to get a job? It took me 6 months to find a job. Hey, I'm Drew, aka the Skilled Sonographer, and I help those who want to become the best versions of themselves excel in the field of sonography. But hey, I help those who want to help themselves. So if you want to put in the time, put in the work, and take advantage of the resources that I'm going to provide, then keep on watching. So, one of my followers on Instagram, she said that she wanted me to touch on how to stay positive when looking for jobs. I'm going to share a little bit of my experience with finding a job, my story. It took me 6 months to find a job. Now, let me clarify that a little bit. When I was close to graduating, one of my clinical sites, they really liked me, and they took me into an office room and started talking to me about potentially working there. But I had been planning a trip for 2 months to go to Spain. They said, well, we don't really know if we can hold the job for 2 months until you come back, so just after you come back, then reapply. So I went on my trip and I enjoyed myself. I did not apply to any jobs during those 2 months. When I came back, I tried to look for the job posting at the previous job. It was not there. I tried to reach out to them. They were like, oh yeah, well, we filled the position. So I was applying to different places. I was not getting called back. I was not getting any responses from sonography jobs. So then I started looking for just any type of job because I was feeling down. I had depressed thoughts. I was feeling worthless. I was feeling like, man, am I just a screw up? I can't even get a job. I did so well in school. How am I not able to get a job? And naturally, I'm a very independent person. I like to take care of myself if possible. I like to have my own money. I don't want to be asking people for money. And at that point, I was still living with my parents. I was like, it's time for me to leave. It's time for me to leave. I can't keep on mooching off of you guys for forever. It was a real struggle, even mentally, for me. And at one point, I had applied for a job. They did call me back, and I got my times mixed up because when I was in Spain, I was in a different time zone. On the Google Calendar, it put me in that same time zone. So when they called, I was busy. I was volunteering because we had a terrible storm, and I was helping to pick up debris. So I missed their call, and I called back. They said, "Oh yeah, well, we decided on somebody else." Just that quick? It was the same day. So, and that was at a dialysis clinic, and I really didn't want to work there. I didn't, because the director of my program said it was best to work in general and then specialize. So I was kind of upset about that because that was the only place that called me back. I did keep in touch with the director of my program, and I was actually able to get a job at a private school teaching Spanish as a long-term substitute teacher. So that held me over for 2 months. I was able to do something with my time. So I was happy to have that. And then later, I was trying to teach people Spanish privately, and I was having limited success with that. Then, all of a sudden, at the end of the year, in December, I graduated in May. In December, I started getting all these potential sources of income. I had the job that I had done clinicals at. They finally had a job posting that I applied to. Got a call back from that. Went through the full interview process. More people were reaching out to me to do the private Spanish conversation lessons. Another job offer in another city, which I kind of wanted to live in, And then a teaching opportunity opened up at the program that I graduated from. So I had like 5+ opportunities all at once. And I was like, oh my gosh, now I gotta decide. Now I gotta decide which one do I want? Which one do I want? After several months of dry desert. So I was like, wow, that is crazy how things just change. So I ended up choosing one of the jobs. I moved to a different city. I worked there, and I've been working ever since as a sonographer, and it's been over 6 years now. I hope this was encouraging to you all who are struggling to find a job or who are apprehensive about finding a job. But here's some more encouragement for you all. Just think about this. If you are feeling worthless, if you are feeling down, if you are feeling like you won't ever be able to find a job, just remember this. You were chosen out of several candidates to become part of the diagnostic medical sonography program. You were strong enough to get through the rigorous schooling that is required. That's significant in itself. If you were strong enough to get through that whole challenging journey, then you are strong enough to be able to find a job, to be chosen for a job. If you actually are good at ultrasound and you have a passion for the field, don't get desperate. To this day, I'm so glad I did not end up with that job at the dialysis clinic. That is not my passion. Here's another thing to keep you encouraged if you are feeling down. As long as there are sick people in this world, you have the potential to have a job. Ultrasound departments are constantly changing. At some point, someone's going to retire. At some point, someone's going to relocate. Someone is going to change their career. They're going to go into a different avenue of work. And somebody might move into a different position. They might go from ultrasound to MRI. Who knows? I hope you found this video encouraging to you if you're going through a similar situation. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Also, in my next video, I will be offering tips on 4 different areas that you can try to improve your chances of getting a job. So stay tuned for that.